Let's start this class by sitting on a chair, something that's comfortable. You could also sit on the ground if you prefer. If you're going to be sitting on a chair, we'd like to position the knees at about a right angle. So you elevate the floor to come up if you have legs that need that to make a right angle. Okay, so coming into a position that you're comfortable in, but you're not relaxed back and slouching. For example, you're not sitting back in the chair and letting yourself lean back and kind of slouch the shoulders. Sit a little bit forward or like halfway through the chair, 2/3 to the chair with your seat and your legs. And then let's just start by closing our eyes. Take your hands, placing them on your legs. Just start to notice what it feels like to breathe. So a big part of yoga is noticing, and this is what we're doing right now. And we might think that there's something that we need to notice, but there isn't. It's just simply being in the moment. And you can take a slight action and imagine that you're riding on the breath, like you're riding in the body when you inhale and sort of riding out the breath when you exhale. And just see that as like a visualization for a few breaths. As you notice the breathing, see if you can relax into both of the sitting bones a little bit more, into the chair or into the ground. And then feel from the crown, sort of near the top and a little bit back of the crown of the head, lengthen that up to the sky so that there's a slight lengthening at the sides of the neck. And lengthening through the spine, but the base stays heavy and relaxed in the belly. Now let's notice with a bit more specificity. Take one hand onto the chest and one onto the low belly, and just notice where you're expanding. Is it the chest or the belly? Take stock. Now on purpose, just breathe in the chest. So the hand that's at the belly will stay still, relatively still. And we'll just feel the expansion coming into the chest. Relax the shoulders down. Feel a little bit wide in the side ribs when you're inhaling in the chest. So it isn't just the front of the chest, but you're feeling it under the armpits at those side ribs. And also bring in the upper back and to the lowest ribs. So we're feeling the whole rib cage expand when we inhale. And we feel it settle when we exhale. Keeping the abdomen relaxed and basically still. One more breath like this. Now let the chest sort of humble in and relax and feel that settle in, and just breathe in the belly. So you'll notice that the hand that's at the abdomen will have an expansion and it'll have a bit of a contraction. So belly breathing or abdominal breathing, and it's through the front of the belly, but it's also going to encompass the sides of the abdomen, or kind of the sides of the waist and the lumbar spine. So that's that low back region above the pelvis. So the belly expands evenly like a balloon and slightly contracts into a low center. So about 4 fingers below your belly button, you'll be feeling a little bit of a contraction. And then from that point, you expand the balloon. So as a visual, when you're imagining blowing up a balloon, usually we don't have only one side that expands of the balloon. The whole thing blows up evenly. So that's what we're imagining here. Keeping it kind of soft and still tall through the crown of the head. One more abdominal breath. And then at the next exhalation, let's just take our hands to these lowest ribs and have a little bit of an overlap to the upper belly and these lowest ribs. And this whole sort of tube section is an area that we're often not breathing into and we're not having expansion. And it's part of this transverse abdominis. And when we understand that this sort of spanning muscle set is attached to the diaphragm, and if it's tense up in here and tense down here, then we're not really having a full abdominal breath. So, and we're also not getting fully into the lower lobes of the lungs when we're breathing. So let's just play with this. So take the hands here to the front and just breathe into those. Feel those expand any way that it can happen. So sometimes it means that your abdomen's going to expand a bit and your chest's going to expand a bit because it is kind of a tight or a held location. So let's just see if we can feel the expanse. And we inhale. And exhale, it comes in to the spine. Again. Take the backs of the fingers now to the sides of these lowest ribs, so you can feel the ribs underneath there. It's not waist, it's the ribs. And expand here, wide when you inhale and come in when you exhale. Pushing a little bit. Sometimes we have to kind of push those ribs a bit wide to feel the expansion, to kind of break the ice, so to speak. So let's just see about expanding in here and contracting. And then the next time we exhale, let's move our hands to the back of our ribs. So I'm taking my hands into a little bit of a fist, and the backs of my hands will be just into those lowest back ribs. If you can reach, if not, you'll just do your best and we'll adapt. But we'll breathe back here now. So feel that expanding when we inhale and contracting when we exhale. How can we get that expansion? And the rest of the body is relatively quiet as this is expanding, and we're concentrating on isolating expansion as much as you can, but allow it to happen any way you need to. And you exhale and release the hands. Now just sit and notice your breathing right now. So without affecting change, just notice your breathing in and out. Okay, at the end of the next exhalation, you can just relax your focus, open your eyes if you'd like. We'll move into, traditionally we'll often call it a two-part yogic breath, but we're going to include the center. So it's almost like a three-part, or like a full expansion of the belly, and then this midsection, and then the chest. And then to exhale, we relax the belly out and let the chest exhale. Let this middle part draw in, and then let the belly draw in at the end. And we're going to let the spine kind of rock a little bit with this movement, so there's a massage through the vertebrae, and we're not just staying really stiff. Okay, so it's going to be a 6-second count that we'll inhale with, and then a 6-second count that we're going to exhale with. Just do your best as I call out the timing. Okay, so just being at your preparation, hands at the belly first. Inhale, belly. middle, and the chest. Relax the belly, exhale chest, middle, draw in the belly. Inhale the abdomen, middle, chest, a bit more height. Relax the belly, exhale chest, middle, low belly. Inhale, coming all the way 3 parts. Relax the abdomen, exhale chest, middle, move your hands into the locations and the abdomen at the end. Now just continue, inhaling belly, middle, chest, exhale chest, middle, low belly. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, now continue, but just let the hands come down. Inhale, exhale. Let the spine rock and roll back. Inhale, taking a bit more height and length through the vertebrae. Exhale, back and down. Again. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Now release the rhythm or pattern of that breathing and just notice your breath now. Okay, good. Open your eyes if they're closed. It's important to take a moment to have a pause at the end of these breathing practices because it can be exciting to the nervous system. So now you might want to sit back in your chair or completely lay down on your bed or on the floor and feel the weight as it calms and dampens the sort of excitement to the nervous system. So try this.